sometimes once in a generation, something will be truly meta-defining. And in 1994, something happened that some people have told me still shocks the world today. In fact, in 1994, in the spring, something absolutely insane happened. If you know what it is, I salute you. And if you don't know what it is, I'm about to tell you. That thing is, Casual Samuel made his appearance into the world. Two people in particular have told me that this changed their world forever. I'd like to shout out my parents right now, and to be fair, they have actually changed my world forever. That was a meta-defining moment in their lives. Another meta-defining moment for me in this Raid Shadow Legends account is Chronum. And besides Chronum, there's 6 other heroes we're going to be talking about that changed the meta on this account forever. It was a certain kind of way, and it was most effective technique available after we picked up those champions. Before we do, we're looking at champions that change this account forever, champions that are excellent. If you want the best meta-defining start to your free-to-play or alt account, hit the link in the description. You are going to start off with Corrado Fox Hunter. This is a free legendary. You're going to start your account with that link. You're going to complete the tutorial. You have a legendary champion. Besides this guy, you're going to get 3 of his favorite buddies that you're going to get as you level up through the account. So you're going to end up with 4 free champions, which is by far the best way to be starting an alt account. And I certainly wish that I had done so on this account. Now, I've had some good recent polls. The videos have gone up. I'm not going to be including champions like Terrace the Fierce. This is a top 5 PvP champion. Of course, this changes the account. Of course, the account is different. Of course, my wave clear is better. That's a no-brainer. This is an insane luck poll, which I don't deserve at all, duration of the account. So this guy doesn't get touched on, and I'm sure the build doesn't even do him justice, actually. It is what it is. Here are the champions that we're going to be going through. First and foremost is my friend Apothecary. If you pull Magister out of a mystery shard for a split second, you think you struck gold. You didn't. Magister, absolute dumpster tier. Apothecary, amazing. Now this is an old champ, and I think people probably know what he does, but I'm going to tell you why really quick, hang with me, why he was so great for my account. It's because he brings speed up. It's because he brings turn meter fill. It's because he brings a triple hitter, and he brings a heal that can critically heal. And this actually may be the only critical heal on my account to this point. This guy changed every dungeon for me. Not just 1, not 2. He changed Fire Knight for me. He was in Ice Golem because I didn't have anything else to do for Ice Golem. He was in Dragon. He's providing a heal on a 2-turn cooldown. Now, I've seen people talk about building him in Relentless. I didn't have the pieces to make that work at the time. He's probably great. He's probably super cracked out. This guy was a solo Doom Tower champion for me. He doesn't need accuracy, so you can focus the stats on speed. You can get him high defense, and you're going to get him Giant Slayer. I was going to say War Master, but you're going to get him Giant Slayer. So he's going to be triple hitting. He's going to have a chance to proc that. Now, if you remember from a past video, I started with Gaelic, and Gaelic became food. Became food for this guy. I pulled a Kale a month or something in. Yeah, insanely an improvement on Gaelic. We don't need to get into that. I know that that's the case. Everybody realizes that Kale was my campaign farmer until very recently even. Kale is amazing. And why is he amazing? He's bringing A1 poison. He's bringing A2 nuke. And here's what's so great. He gets turn meter fill, so he's going to go again. You have a full nuke, say Spider 10. The guy was my Spider 10 farmer for forever. He's going to use his A2. Boom, 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 boom. Pop the spiderlings. Sorry, little graphic there. And he's going to go again with his A3 because he got turn meter fill. Super fantastic. Now look at this new tech we've got on here. This isn't my idea. Mentioned it in the past video tracks on Sundays. Mentioned it. He got it from somewhere else. Nature's Bounty is fantastic because it gives Kale a 30% chance to get a big boy poison on his A1. I think that's dope. I wish I'd thought about that. I wish I could claim that I thought about that. I stole it from somebody else. This is actually really neat. So if you're a new account, I would definitely think about trying this if you manage to get a soul and end up with a Kale soul for a while. And heck, on the free to play, I still don't have one. Like, I cannot buy a soul, literally buy a soul for Kale on the free to play. And I see people crushing the scoreboards, yeah, with champs with souls. It is a huge, huge, huge power spike. Next up for us is going to be another free champ. That's my boy Chronum. This is a referral champ. This is a guy that you're going to get from no lifing or slow playing. 3, 4, 5 other accounts. Let's see. I think the 5 is for the sacreds. Yeah, boom. Yeah, I mean, these were me. And it took up until, yeah, so 6. It's 6 accounts here. You do the first 3, you're gonna get a void, epics, and then sacreds. This is why it's not allowed for the free to play as well, because the referrals, it's gonna load it towards people that have the opportunity to run multiple accounts. I did. For me, I'm lucky that way, right? I have an extra PC, and so I can just run an RSL helper and let it grind. It took still about 45 days for the second set of accounts at pretty efficient uptime by the time I've gone now through 6 accounts to level 50. Takes a while, but But this combo pairing that you get much earlier, actually terrible. DJ, not a fan at all. I took her to 6 stars because I need it for an Arbiter mission. Champion's not very great for me. I think she needs books. I won't give her a library. I won't feed her. Chronom is great. He changed Spider for me forever. My Spider times, I think going into Spider Hard 1, we're looking at about 1.5 minutes. This is a champ that just straight up unlocked it for me. I mean, just truly disgusting what he can do. And he's doing all the damage. This is one of my newer Spider teams here. So the Cold Heart's pretty new. This is actually a slower team, ironically. But Noelle's going to be doing freeze on all the Spiders. We're going to have Chronom putting HP burn. Stock's going to be activating HP burn on them as well. We're doing a max HP nuke. I've done some stuff with Renegades as well to try to decrease the time. That needs work, okay? I need practice on that. But Chronom unlocked Spider for me to just amazing level. He unlocked Ice Golem for me too, because I had burns. I don't have War Master on him. I never put it on purpose. So he is just fantastic, and he's free. This is a champion that anybody can get. You are not limited by your wallet. You're not limited by anything but the playtime you have available. And even then, you could get Chronom in 90 days, right? You don't, why burn yourself out doing it in 45? I did it. That's how I live my life. But you don't actually need to do it that way. You can slow play that bad boy. Next up for us, it's going to be Allure. And why is Allure so fantastic? Because of her A1. That's literally it. Her A1 takes 75% turn meter off any champs. This is amazing. I have her in a Relentless build here with pretty mess stats, maybe bad stats, depending on where you're at on your account. For me, this works. It works. We've got crit rate. We don't even have 100% crit rate, but we're pretty close. We have a chance to go again, and I also put a Revenge accessory on her, so we have just an itsy bits, 5% more chance to go, and it's all going to be A1. I have all her other abilities disabled in the AI when I'm running dungeons. Allure single-handedly controls Fire Knight for me. Absolute legend. She was great in wave content. I had her even in Doom Tower for a while. This is a champion that has absurd utility on auto, and even probably more use, of course, if you're going to manual, but yeah, she just was a total game changer for me. Putting her in Relentless has been great. I haven't seen her talked about in a Relentless too much online, but maybe I missed it. Maybe I'm not even in a meta build here. This is pretty handy for me though, and I 100% recommend get enough accuracy on her, and she's just reducing turn meter like crazy. Next up is going to be Whisper. This is a little bit of a no-brainer. People have Whisper and they've used her, they understand. This champ does just dummy damage to bosses. This was the first champ I'd ever pulled that had the ability to just kind of cycle through turns and destroy. In fact, I didn't even have her in Relentless at the beginning because my Relentless sets were pretty bad. So I put her in Relentless. It went terribly. That means she had no attack, she had no defense, she had no speed. And I'm like, this sucks. I can't do Relentless. I put her in Lifesteal gear. I put her in Bloodthirst gear from Doom Tower. Finally, I got Relentless. I put her back in Relentless and went, whoa! This champ's amazing. They are. I don't even think it's an attack ban. Oh, okay. We finally have an attack banner on now. I've got a maxed out crit damage amulet. This is one of my better builds across the entire account. For me, close to 200 speed. We're at like 4,900 attack and 246% crit damage. This is a great build for me. I'm thrilled with it. I love a teensy bit more accuracy, but livable. And I have her above 70% crit rate, by the way, because I wanted to be trying to crit on her A1 also. She's self-buffed, so if you don't know what she does, her passive is the money shot here. It gives her a chance, 10% chance of getting an extra turn whenever the champ lands a critical hit. You're also getting the Relentless going with that as well. And then her damage against boss is up by 20%. This is a champ that dummy damage. Her A1 provides weaken. If then the target is weakened, she uses her A2. Well, either way, she'll buff herself, but you'll see in a second. She'll get 50% increased attack, self-buff, 30% crit rate buff on the champ. That's going to take her over 100% for me. And then ignores target's defense if they're under a weaken. So, yeah, I mean, just crazy. I mean, you might see a hit for 250k here, legitimately. Like, it is nutty. And then on the A3, of course, hey, why not get an extra turn if they're under decreased defense as well? You get an extra turn. Yeah, who minds? So this is a champion. Lights out, change the account. Like, hugely. I've an emergency heal to try to make her actually a little tankier because I put a blood shield ring. She hits hard enough that that shield is actually, it's not as tiny as you would think, legitimately. Next up for me is Lady Noelle. This is a champion that changed the account immediately because it allowed me to unlock custom unkillable tunes with Cernic. Following the bug fixes now, you can kind of do more like vanilla stuff with that, which is amazing. Actually, thank you, Plarium. Then she changed the account again about 2 weeks ago. How'd she do that? I'll put accuracy on her. So I speed tuned her for Clan Boss, didn't like do too much with her. I said there's some arena lead, but it was bad. I put 300 accuracy on her. Probably the highest accuracy in the account right now. She's fast. She has okay defense. She's got good HP for me. This is a champion that single-handedly keeps freeze up 100% of the time, so no turns enabled in like Dragon 20, in Fire Knight. It's weird once you get to Fire Knight, so I'm still playing around with that. But she will keep freeze up herself just by nature of her timings, or spiders then, right? Actually, she will freeze all the spiders. We got a dragon team up here. Okay, boom, let's do it. And I'll show you, because her passive is a 10% speed reduction. There we go, boom, easy freeze. 10% speed reduction to people that are under a freeze debuff. So she's going to cycle back around here. I don't expect anybody here to get a turn at all. She's got another turn off going as well. She's doing an increased speed up buff, and the waves just become trivial. And this is something that I'd never had. And I think that there's probably better champions to do it in the game. Think about like your Carl the Scourge and stuff, who I don't have. She's probably not the best option for a control because it's freeze and they take less damage. But for my account, she is. And if you're somebody like me that didn't have a better option, do it. Get her in accuracy. Get her kitted. Get her going. Boom, easy freeze. Like, this is going to allow me to bring either squishier or more specialized champions actually into Dragon, for example. And here is kind of a goofy team because we messed around with the Kemptum, which I don't have a good build for, or whatever. This is not going to be a speed run, but you're getting the ability to see, like, hey, this champion is just preventing people from getting a turn. So if you're setting up AI for somebody like Noelle, my advice would be, depending on your comp, whatever you have, I have her opening freeze on the wave 1 and then not using again. So her opening on wave 2 is freeze and then use it as often as possible. That's going to mean that we're not going to have any weird lags. Now, does this guy get a turn? Maybe he gets a turn. He might get a baby turn here. Oh, he doesn't get a turn. I 100% recommend putting accuracy on her. Now, when it comes to the boss, she doesn't do anything. I mean, she blocks buffs, but doesn't do anything as far as boss killing. But she is amazing as far as wave clear. I'm not going to make you watch all of Dragon. I'm going to come back to you in just a second when Dragon's done, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Boom. Here we go. Do we get anything good? Yeah, it's actually fine. We'll keep that piece. Maybe that'll be in a Kempton piece later. Noelle changed my account forever. 100%. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. This champion for me is disgusting. She does tons and tons of work. You know a champ that didn't change my account? Maybe I thought would? Seer. I don't have the gear. I've looked at online calculators with decreased defense and weaken to wipe out like a Dragon 20 wave or something. This lady is needing like over 260 or 280% crit damage, plus other good stats. I literally cannot equip her to change the account. So maybe you can, and then this will be like amazing wave clear, best in slot, meta, even we would say. I can't do it. Another guy that's not going to make the list here today is Terrace. Terrace is like a top 5 PvP champ. This is a disgusting champ. This is an insanely lucky pull for me. I haven't built as best as I can, and I'm happy with the build for the account, but this is not even close to what I'm seeing online. Here's why he doesn't make the list. Even though in all my dungeon content, yeah, he's in a lot of it right now. It's kind of like unfair to list somebody that's a top 5 champ in any area of the game. It's like, well, duh, of course he's account changing in that way. You know, like, are you stupid? Like, where's he going to change the account? But it doesn't really help us. It doesn't get us anywhere. Somebody like Stock, for example, for me, it's a top 5 guy on my whole account. He's in everything, even in my clan boss. This is a fusion. This was a very doable fusion too. Absolutely no regrets. Stock has been amazing. Brings speed aura, brings poison, brings HP burn activation. Him combined with Chronom is why my spider went so far above even my other dungeons for a while. I mean, Stock is an absolute legend, and that's the kind of guy I'd much rather include than like, okay, a top 5 PvP champ. Of course he's great. Yeah, he's great. But Stock was really accessible for a lot of people, and I think he gets not enough love, frankly. Like Sir Nick, for me, was an unkillable clan boss combo, so with Noelle. Otherwise, not that account changing. Cool, I not had an unkillable buff, I like it. Besides clan boss, there's not a whole lot going on with this guy. Yeah, so yeah, definitely account changing, but only in one specific area. And sure, I think he makes the list for us today, but not super fantastic. And I'm going to give you one more freebie on this before we wrap up, and it's Morag Bronzelocke. Now, this is a champ that is not account changing on this account. We don't have her build on this account. However, on the free-to-play, this is somebody that is going to kick butt, like aggressively so, because she's ignoring shield on her A1. It's a double hitter, perfect War Master. Strengthen on her A2. This is a 3-turn cooldown once you get it booked. We don't have any books. And then she's going to ally attack teams with 2 random allies. This turns into a 4-turn cooldown. And her passive is she's going to counterattack every time she gets attacked while they're strengthened. This is a total workhorse. This is my next 60. Like, this is a champ that is going to go super far across that account. As far as her ratings go, even her ratings are good. I mean, The ratings are super scuffed. If you've seen some champs that don't make any sense, have tons of ratings. But this is a champion that's not 60 on my free-to-play. It's 6-star, but not fully 60. And I just have her running minnow 15 with my Kale and my Alice, because Alice has also got masteries. And she usually survives longer than Kale. She does less damage, okay, sure, of course. But she survives longer, so I'm going to build her like an absolute workforce, put the team on her back, give her some ibuprofen, because her back's probably going to be hurting, and just go. Like, take off on that free-to-play account. And I'm really, really looking forward to that happening. Another champ that's going to make my hate list here, though, and I'm going to leave you on this one, is Ugo. Yes, every chance I get, I diss on Ugo, although I think probably objectively a good champ. I've never enjoyed her. She takes more books than I'm willing to give her, even on the main account. She is never going to get booked on the free-to-play, but I'm not chickening her because I believe there would be an absolute revolt in the comment section, and I would get flamed like crazy. And before we go, I'm going to show you something really cool, because I've been trying to pay attention to the tips I've gotten in the comments. Look at this! 9.66. Is that not great? Is that not fantastic for me? I understand for you guys, not so fantastic. We just went with tank up, tank up, tank up, tank up. Let Terrace and Cheshire Cat do it. This is without a soul because I got scammed the last second. Actually, I just got out. I mean, I got out whaled, frankly, for the soul, which was crazy. But even without a soul, over 4 million damage. Thanks for watching the Casual Cinema video. Hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.